unconditional love to all life everywhere. I'm Olo, Thoth, the code in the cosmos, sending you heart, love, and energy. So today's topic is twin flame. So this is Twin Flame 1. I'm going to do another series on this, but on this topic. Very excited to share this because I've been having some very transcendental or even multidimensional experiences that is pointing at the union within and how as within so without. So my intention with making this video is ultimately to bring you to a greater union or unity within yourself and all of that, because external manifestation is not the cause. The cause is our awareness and our mind. So we are the creator of our life. It's not that these experiences create how we feel. It's actually we are creating these experiences from how we feel. So I wanted to talk about these three things: soul tribe, twin flame, and eternal flame. You could even add in, before soul tribe, you could add in like the inner flame or something, so it's sort of like the inner flame, soul tribe flame, twin flame, eternal flame. But what happens is with soul tribe, union within yourself happens first, and this is the cause of the external reflection, which is the effect. So the external reflection, of course, is hanging out with these beings in Maya, and just living in purpose, living in love, living with the ascension mentality, being true to yourself and your tribe. And I wanted to use a construct of time, like a progression, like so that we can see how this really manifests. Like, it does sort of start with inner flame, and then when we find union within our inner flame, then we get that external reflection of the soul tribe, which puts us at the vibration when we have accepted the physical manifestation of that and the inner reflection, if you want to call it that. Then twin flame union within occurs, because you are vibrationally in that place of remembrance through the Akashic records, through the love, through your remembrance of spirit and your family. You just naturally remember and experience this union within with your twin flame. And the union within manifests the external reflection, which is never the goal, right? The goal is to be happy with no matter what, and just trust God and trust the golden love, as I call it. Trust the sacred spirit too. That its will for us is beyond any ego desires for a body or something like that. And the external reflection of that puts you at a vibration I don't even want to say that the external reflection puts you at a vibration though, because it's sort of like when you vibrationally experience union within, the external reflection is just there. So really, when you find union within your own divine masculine and feminine, then well, the effect is finding your twin flame in form. Yet this is not what leads to the eternal flame. What leads to the eternal flame is always union with God, union with love, union with, trusting the will of the Spirit and what its plan for you is. I wanted to talk about time and eternity a little bit, because obviously I've been sort of talking about it like 1, 2, 3, like a step-by-step process of how this happens, but that's just in time, and it doesn't always happen that way in time either. I also wanted to mention the perception of, or the awareness of eternity, and how if you are aware of love's presence, if you are aware of the kingdom, then naturally all of these external reflections will manifest out of that love, and just following your heart and following your purpose. Our purpose ultimately is spiritual, and you could call it forgiveness if you wish. Forgiveness is a synonym to purpose, though the external reflection of this may come in many forms, and just to enjoy those external reflections, but not cling on to them, not form attachment, expectation, desire, but just loosening your grasp on everything and letting it flow like a river just right by you, because it's not you. The external reflection is not you. The spirit is you. The love is you. So yeah, all of this progression may just happen all at the same time. It comes from a I want to say like alchemical process or something. Like it comes from when all of these elements come and unify together in love. It comes when you are aware of love's presence, yet you know how to respond to images as well and live your life righteously, right? The divine masculine and feminine and the heart space. So I wasn't going to explain what divine masculine and feminine is, because most of you would already know. But I did want to talk about how we all have divine masculine and divine feminine within ourselves. This is the twin flame union within that I was talking about earlier. So when we unify our masculine and feminine within ourselves, we may naturally enter the heart space, which is a vast dimension, and really the enlightened beings of our planet, of our past, and of just in existence, that have awakened to their divine nature, they work with the heart space, and this is basically you enter a dimension where everyone knows everything about you, and it's sort of a, for the lack of a better term, it's sort of a training ground for awakening to your divine nature. And when the heart space activates you, awakens you, you may sort of surf that wave, you know? 'Cause I speak the heart language, bear with me. But you ride that wave of everyone knowing everything about you, and then you can sort of come back out of your heart space into your mind, into the world, and you can say find someone of the world and bring them to the heart space and work with them experiencing this this knowledge trance state, this transcendental state where all beings are enlightened. Some of you have experienced something similar to this, where there's just such a awe to reality, and I do mean reality, that there's such an awe to reality that the manifestation of that is so profound. The meaning of the world, the meaning that love places on the world is so profound that it overwhelms you with joy. So I'm talking about the heart space, but I wanted to talk about the kings and queens of the heart space. So there's like, everyone has a heart space. Everyone has their own sort of cave or whatever, their heart space temple or whatever, and it's within the physical heart. And within the spiritual heart as well. But I wanted to say that, yeah, everyone has their heart space. And what's happening at this time, and this is not new, yet it has been obscured for a very long time, is that in our heart space, there's actually two beings in each heart space. And it's not always like this, but within each twin flames heart space, within each couple, they are the king and queen of their heart space. And it definitely may not seem like that when before you have awakened, because you will seem like it'll seem like you're the opposite of royalty in a sense, just listening and observing the heart space and its deep and profound lessons, and going through that. Well, you are treated like royalty in a sense that you're being fed enlightenment, but all of the ego stuff and everything would definitely say otherwise. So when the heart space sort of helps you purify and become awakened, remember your awakened state, then the heart space is a breeze, and you realize and become the king and queen of that dimension. And this is pretty far out stuff because I literally think this is true, and this is what I've been receiving for spirit for some years now. But as far as the world goes, we do not need that. We do not need a royalty of some sort. It's just the multidimensionality of things. Is that we are all kings and queens of our own heart space, and to bring that forth into the world is our purpose, and it's our shared purpose. We something about twin flames is that they share a purpose. So it's not about trivial things. It's not about beating around the bush and sort of being resistant or stubborn. It's about diving into the deepest depths of that golden love ocean, and embodying our true nature. So I wanted to talk about reverence to spirit or love with, for, and as each other. So I'm going to read that again. Reverence to spirit with, for, and as each other. So reverence to spirit with each other, as each other, for each other. So I just wanted to shine on the you and I sort of thing, where we have to see that we are of reflection, and twin flames are reflections of each other. So how you treat yourself is how you treat others, how you treat others, how you treat yourself. If you hold any self-hatred within yourself, that might come out. If you just hold love only and that's it, that's all that it's going to be. So we just have to know that any upset that we have within ourselves is not coming from our partner, it's coming from within. And to deal with that within is the strongest thing that we can do. I know personally that twin flame can be sort of a motivation and an inspiration to be your best self. And if you're not being your best self every single time you even think of them, then maybe you have some work to do. Maybe you have some ascension to experience, and that's okay. I respect that. I see a lot of people involved in the whole twin flame construct that may not even be close to these, soul tribe, twin flame, eternal flame sort of thing. And eternal flame is basically our connection to all and through spirit. But yeah, on that same point, that we are reflection, I see a lot of people kind of speaking and suffering, talking on the topic of their twin flame. Well, their soul is listening to you talk about that, and your soul is listening to you talk about that, and there's no difference between those two souls because they're one. So if you can just step into that identity, that witness of being your soul, being spirit, being love, then it takes away suffering like that. You just there is a powerful love that's beyond any description or explanation. So use this whole construct as inspiration, or don't use it at all. That's my advice. Reverence to spirit for each other and as each other. Guided awareness grounds the kingdom into the world. So ultimately we want to, I want to use a metaphor like I wrote in my book, that multidimensionality is not the goal of life and stuff, what the goal is actually becoming or merging your awareness with love, being aware of love's presence, and trusting what that guidance leads you to, doing whatever it may say. It's not about just kind of seeking something, if we literally just tried to walk around trying to find this body that's our twin flame or whatever, that's not gonna work out very well. It doesn't happen by doing, it happens by raising your vibration and setting that intention, asking and receiving. So guided awareness grounds the kingdom into the world. So what I'm basically saying is that the heavens shall reign upon the earth as we guide our awareness to love as we are in the world. Our holiness blesses the world, like A Course in Miracles says, that mantra. And I just wanted to share, because I'm talking about this, I wanted to share the vision of living in harmony and love on this planet. So I know that I'm not the only one that has had visions like this, but I see the golden age as sort of like, there's, the individual. Every individual is aware of their divine nature in the golden age, and they are aware of their nature as the king or queen of existence and their heart space. So there's the individual, and then there's the soul tribe. I would even say like individual, then twin flame. Again, like the time construct isn't really like written in stone and everything. It doesn't matter what order it happens in. It kind of happens all at the same time. There's the individual, and then there's the twin flame, and then there's the soul tribe. And it sort of works like sacred geometry. You have the circle, you have the two circles, and then you have, say, the Genesis pattern or the fruit of life or something, and then that expands into the all. There is the whole thing about specialness, where we may believe that someone is more special than another. But this is a deep spiritual principle, is that, well, everyone is equal and everyone is holy and everyone is sacred. And that is just true. It's just seeing that holiness and innocence that really is our purpose. It's just that God actually, or goddess, spirit, love, would have this vision for us. It would have, this is what manifests out of love, this sort of, sacred relationship to all of existence, you know, like through sacred geometry in harmony with nature and all of that. Like a tree, for example, has branches. Those, you could say those are its friends or something, right? Like as a metaphor, it's not like um, it's not like branchless. It's got like this tribe, so to speak, and that's how nature works. Um, it's this like saying that you don't have a tribe and that you shouldn't have a tribe and that you should just sort of be a lone wolf your whole life. It's sort of saying that maybe I shouldn't have my arm or maybe I shouldn't have my leg, you know? So like it's not that it's distorted to have a tribe or anything like that. It's just including all of those, you know, three or four, you know, constructs, construct kind of manifestations in your life. You should be able to accept that and have fun with it when it comes your way. So, yeah, just maybe draw some sacred geometry and sort of work with what I'm talking about, and maybe you'll have some inspired ideas. I know that the creation pattern is unfolding and we are creative gods, creative creator gods, and we are very powerful. So I just wanted to wrap up the video and share that unconditional love to all life everywhere. And hopefully we can just intend this great vision for our future in whichever form it takes. But I do feel that this is the vague sort of vision for what it's going to look like. So I don't know why I feel like talking more. It's a short video for me actually, but I'm gonna wrap it up. I love you all. Unconditional love to all life everywhere.